Who am I talking to? Libra. Who are you ruled by? The goddess of cosmetic and beauty. Only you guys do I bring up my problems with my hair. It's a sky that tells me you're going to like you in your own skin. You're just going to feel good about being you on multiple fronts. Venus is the lord of your sign. And during the month, she's doing some extremely positive things. It's time to have a bit of a chill in the month of August.
Lunatic astrology.
Libra, sun, moon, rising sign. This is August of 2026, your forecast for the month ahead. It's an incredible month. We have two powerful eclipses rocking through your sky. One about new beginnings that are fated and destined, and one about closing up old stories that have been rocking your world for the last 2 years. I love that Venus, the lord of your sign, will spend much of her time during this month in your sign, making you charming, beautiful, and attractive, and lucky. You could also experience this as a month of tremendous satisfaction when it comes to creativity, art, social time, and even new romance. Let's talk about how this looks for you in the month ahead. We're going to go through it week by week in the next 30 minutes together. And welcome here if you are new. My name is Lori Lothian, and I'm using Western Tropical Zodiac Astrology. We are also using the whole sign house system. And if you're listening for your sun, it's your deepest essence, the true spiritual essence of your core soul, and it's how you're playing out for purpose and career matters. And your rising sign is your simulation avatar. What the spirit is illuminating, and it's your personhood and your physical body and how you look and how your character acts in this simulation of life. And your sun and your moon is your thinking, feeling complex, and your home and nest. Now, by the way, if you're new here, I am your teaching astrologer too. I don't just talk about astrology. I teach people to do it themselves so they can fish for themselves instead of me giving you a fish every day on YouTube. So come join me this Sky Reader class, 7th season teaching, Sky Reader 7.0. This is September 19th, 2026. We're starting for 7 weeks. I've extended it this year. It's longer than ever. I have 5 guest teachers instead of 4. It's better and bigger than ever. And so I'd love to see you guys there. Learn how to read your sky and time your best life by becoming your own astrologer. This is just for you to learn how to use the sky for your friends and family. We have weekly Q&As, a Discord group, and a Facebook group. We have teaching assistants and more. We love this class. Every time we teach it, it's all the same crew helping me usually. We all have a blast helping you define your reality by learning how to see and understand the movements of the sky. So I'll see you guys in class. Look below for the information on how to sign up. And at the end of the video, I'll also give you a deeper dive of information about it, a little tutorial, and a little showing you around the back end of the website where this course is housed this year. So let's get started talking to Libra now, all about the story of you in August. It's a sky that tells me you're going to like you in your own skin. You're just going to feel good about being you on multiple fronts. Venus is the lord of your sign. And during the month, she's doing some extremely positive things, hooking up with Jupiter, flowing to surprises from Uranus, and all said and done, there's no way you don't like the vibe. There is a bit of a hardship, crunchy middle of August moment where love can feel hard. There is going to be a little bit of a crunch there. But for the most part, this is a month in which you are flowing and easy and loving your reality and beginning to have more pleasure. If pleasure has been missing in your life, enjoyment has been missing in your life, you're going to find more of it. In fact, some of you may travel locally or internationally. Some of you may take leisure getaway trips. Some of you may go on pilgrimages, but getting away from it all can be a big theme. And you're going to downwind a bit from the high-paced intensity of whatever you've been up to, whether that's your work or whether that's your retirement plan. However you've been going, it's time to have a bit of a chill in the month of August. So let's break it down. Let me share the sky with you. Don't forget, if you like all signs content, I put out so many videos every month. And if you're new here, by the way, and you came from Amrit Sandhu's channel, you're one of my new subscribers, and welcome to the club. And I'd love to guys to consider subscribing as well. And let's get started. Did I even say my name, Lori Lothian? It's hard to remember. I'm recording a lot today. I have my hair up like this just because, but it looks so funny, right? Just in a clip. It's not even styled because I can't take it in my face today. So just hang in there in case this thing looks like a really bad mop. Who am I talking to? Libra. Who are you ruled by? The goddess of cosmetic and beauty. Only you guys do I bring up my problems with my hair. Let's get you started. So Libra, for you, starting the month, you're waiting expectantly for Venus to join you. This is the Lord of your own sign, the planetary ruler for Libra. And, she's behind the scenes right now. You got her in the tickle trunk, and she could be a secret love, a hidden love, a yearning for love, or just a love of your solitude, creative alone time. And you've been going through that journey with her before we begin the month. She's been in this part of your sky, your Lord S, from June the 13th. And then by the time we reach July the 9th, she's going to cross into your sign. And that's why this becomes such a glow up for you. So if I have any advice for you, like say you want to start dating if you're single, or you want to start making major inroads in your life to change your appearance, your hair, your wardrobe, wait until after the 9th of the month, because with her tucked back there, you're not going to get the best results. You want to get that Venus on your court, in your side, on working on your side for you. Anything to do with anything you want to have a yes to, better career outcomes, more money, better love relationships with someone you're with or someone you wish to be with. You want her on your side, and you need her in Libra. So when the 9th happens, and she'll be on your side July the 9th to September the 10th, then go all for it. International travel, local travel, going on dates, enjoying your fun, getting romantic, connecting more strongly with a significant already existing love partner, changing your wardrobe, hair, and appearance. Then you're really good to go. This is your time of year where these things work out very well. So let's start talking about the first 5 days of August. In the beginning of August, there's not a lot happening. In the very start of August, we just have that long-standing mini trine that came off of Barbo's basket, which is now falling apart. The basket is loosening up. That was this formation here. This is still good, and it's back again next year. It means there's a lot of outer planet flow between your house of creativity and romance, attraction or connection to long-term love partnerships, and maybe international themes like travel, publications, creativity, and entrepreneurship. It's just in the backdrop. And then we move into what really starts to juice you up. Sun trine Saturn will happen around the 5th, beginning around the 5th, 6th of August. So now you see that we have the sun shining here, not the thun, the sun shining here in your 11th house. And that's a house of good spirit, and Jupiter is in its joy. The combination is quite powerful. In fact, Jupiter and the sun reset your whole house of windfalls, friendship circles and groups of belonging, long-range goals and plans and dreams, fairy godfather ways you wish to feel like loved up by life. That reset button happened already around the 29th, 30th of 28th, 29th of June. And that energy is in play for a whole 12 months after that. So you're really feeling, roughly 12 months, you're really feeling this positive year ahead. And now as you begin this month, you see the sun wants to collaborate here with a fallen Saturn. Now Saturn is in your marriage house or your long-term romance house or your partners in business, or sometimes the way you reach your audience and marketplace. And there may have been a feeling of stagnation, delay, compression, restriction here. And now the sun is shining brightly in its own kingdom with lucky Jupiter, and it's being able to be witnessed by Saturn. And this allows for the light of the sun to shine on what has been maybe a disappointing part of your chart, with a reality check, with something that feels like a grind or a shouldering of responsibility. It can be the situations with your significant love partner in life are going to have an illuminating turnaround. And then you'll be able to tap into that August the 5th and all the way through to about August the 7th, 8th. And there may be also, for those of you who have been having difficulties with your online life, marketing, selling, audience, that's because Jupiter rules your 3rd. And there's a trinal relationship to your 7th. There can be a shift of perspective or a shift of ease and fortune in those endeavors as well. I have a Libra friend who says she's taking a sabbatical from her client work or something, or her online work. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, because this grind here is hard. But now the sun and Jupiter are flowing and gets better and better over the course of August. And moving past the solar trine to a fallen Saturn, we'll notice that around approximately the 9th to the 11th or so of August, Venus is going to hook up with Neptune and Pluto. Venus is your girl, and so that's good because watch her cross into your sign right here on the 7th. All systems go, as I mentioned to you, but all things good for now until September the 10th. But as we see the Sun and we see Saturn moving into this space together, sorry, Sun and Saturn, as we see Venus opposite Neptune trine Pluto in this space, this is a new story. Because Venus is really flowing to Pluto, this is going to be creating a wealth energy, a transition towards for power of love and love of power. So if you have the North Node of Destiny, you may meet a faded romantic partner, a faded romantic attraction. And it may be very sizzling. Now, Venus rules affection, but also sensuality, pleasure, and sexuality. And because of that, this could be the beginning of being sexually involved in somebody with whom the relationship is life-changing and transformative, destined and karmic, but also involving the 9th house. And the 9th house is, well, it's the house of spirituality and dharma and purpose, but also there's the surprises. There's the unexpected surprise of some kind. If you can make babies, you and your partner of childbearing age, and you might get pregnant under this kind of sky. So be watchful for that, or your children can, and you might have grandchildren percolating through this time of, August the 7th or so until September 10th. All right, what else? It forms a kite, as you can see. There's a loosey-goosey baby going here, and this kite is about your long-term committed love through romantic inclination, but this is also international travel. There may be a chance for you to travel internationally with somebody that you're attracted to, meet somebody through international travel and become attracted, travel internationally with a long-term business or love partner during the month of August. If any of that is possible for you, then the window for that beautiful opening towards that kind of journey and travel gets the most glowy and flowy in the most positive way in this time frame here. So starting about August 12th onward, international travel with a beloved or traveling and meeting a beloved, like randomly and falling in love, could happen. Now, we don't mind the energy of Venus and Neptune opposite each other with Saturn here because it's very strong, sober-minded reality check. If you're attracted to someone new in particular, there's probably an age difference. It could be 6 years, 7 years older or younger than you with this Saturn. And because Neptune is here, it can indicate soulmate love. And normally I'd be cautious, but a retrograde Neptune says the fog is pulled back. Saturn is a reality check planet. He's also pulling back. With Saturn retrograde until December, it could also bring back former love relationships from your past. But under this North Node, South Node axis as well, it says past lives coming back to become new love stories again, maybe meeting an old soulmate and getting involved and getting together. This is going to be really a dominant theme from the middle of August till the end of the month into early September. I would love to say that travel is always a good thing, and it usually is. And yet this time I also just be cautious. Just because we have Uranus in the international travel house, even while it might be fun, there might be some unexpected developments. And even though the surprises look positive, the things aren't going exactly as planned. Let's put it that way. Now, we are going to talk about those eclipses that we're having this month, of course. I hope I mentioned them in the intro, but I think I did. There are two bold and brave eclipses coming through our sky. They're massive shifts of perspective. One of them is going to blast through your house of good spirit in the middle of the month, and the other one in Pisces, which is going to complete a 2-year change cycle. And one of the things I want to mention that sometimes people don't really understand is that when Jupiter is up here in the 11th house, he's looking at the 5th, which means he can bring big, expansive, and bold long-term love stories and short-term love stories to your life during the month of August. And he can also bring fertility. So there's an extension of his energy towards the 5th house and to the 7th house. So those themes are very much a true story, and getting pregnant with your partner or something like that can happen, but also falling in love can happen as well. All right, continuing on the clock of time together. You'll notice that Mars and Mercury are in sign change mode this month, and I just want to bring your attention to that as well. Let's go back a bit. I was just so excited by the forward story that I wanted to go back and talk about this. So Mercury spent like 2.5 months in your 10th house, right? All of June, July, and then he crosses this Rubicon and moves into your 11th house of good spirit. Thank goodness, you're probably going to say all that retrograde back and forth about your career, your reputation, what you wanted to achieve, maybe your marketing, selling, wheeling and dealing. It was for a lot of communicating, a lot of energy in your 10th house, right? June, July, and then he moves out of there on August the 9th. And that's going to be very good for you because as soon as he joins Jupiter, it's going to expand your ability to be successful in a kind of a marketing, selling, communicating way. And new deals can be made in your career that are very lucrative. It's like wealthy, famous, and rich people might want to step in and support you to be a success story in your career. Or your friends and allies are stepping up to give you a leg up to succeed. So this Mercury piece is wonderful. You may start hobnobbing and socializing with more influential and well-known people as well. And this opens up for you August the 9th. And then you'll have Mercury here with you until August the 25th in this house. And it's very auspicious, very, very auspicious. Right now, I'm losing my voice. What I think I'd like to draw your attention to as we move into this is this little moment of uncovering something hidden. It's becoming obvious around the 9th, or it's being revealed around the 9th. It's exact on the 11th, and it's kind of waning by the 12th. And so the 9th to the 12th, there is something you're uncovering as an idea, a bit of information, a discovery of what was unknown. And it can involve your children. It can involve a romantic love partner. It can involve a friend. And so there's a revealing energy going on here for you. So be consciously aware of what is being newly revealed. And it could be coming through conversations, emails, or texts. I can't tell you how. But when Mercury and Pluto are here, there's really an uncovering of the unknown or the unseen for you and a new understanding, often through communication of some sort. Moving into the next story, where are my notes? Yes, now I've got us forward in time, and it is useful to address that the energy going on with Venus continues to be profitable for you in all manner of all things in all ways. So just continue to consider that Venus is really working for you. She's your number one assistant in this month ahead. Okay, Mercury will get into a lot of action just as the eclipse is happening on August the 12th. On August the 12th, the total solar eclipse is here at 20 degrees of Leo, and Mercury's in the mix. Not only is he in the mix, and not only is he digging up and uncovering stuff, but he's beginning to form aspects to all the other planets. Venus is your Lord. Venus is important. When he sextiles Venus, it means good news, positive news, prosperous or lucky communication. This is the gains of your career, luck and prosperity and the gains of your career right up here. Also friends and benefactors and allies supporting you to be better, to be more beautiful, to be more successful in life. And so Mercury sextile Venus is a lovely vibe, but what about Uranus? What's that surprise? There's some unexpected development here. Something's going to surprise you. Unexpected travel opportunity connected to friendships or romantic love. Unexpected book publishing deals, unexpected opportunities to hit an international audience, unexpected opportunities to take a journey for spiritual empowerment, like a pilgrimage or something like that. There's a bit of a surprise, but because there's that Venusian overlay, there's a lot of desire to say yes to whatever this opportune time is. And so it begins to be emergent for you, or you feel it building up around August the 11th through to the 13th. And then that eclipse on the 12th is over here. This is really a new story for you. It's going to be a new tale that's 18 months long, and it's about your growth, expansion, and luck, and new beginnings in destined fated ways in your career and its long-range plans and goals and dreams that you created for it. The greater gains of the career must release something for more to happen. What you let go of in your hand that's no longer needed brings what you can now grasp. You can't grasp the new if you're clutching the old. So there's something about letting go of a career ambition, a career goal, a career dream, and letting go so that something much more luscious and much more spacious and much more successful can move into your career gain space instead. Some of you could let go of a friendship circle or a group of belonging. That's fine too, because it's time to do that. Wise Jupiter says, these people don't suit you anymore. This isn't really your crowd. These are not your chosen tribe. You might release new friends that our soulmate friends that come from the past are guaranteed under the sky with that trine to Neptune, plus the energy of the South Node. Anyone new that starts to emerge after that eclipse, just before, up to 6 weeks before the eclipse of August 12th and up to, a year later, these are new soul pod friendship groups and circles. And you're going to be very intrigued by the new people that you come into contact with. This kind of way of happening is happening only every 18 and a half years. So it's very rare, slightly rare. Moving into the next story after the eclipse. Let's pass that eclipse and kiss it goodbye and move into Venus trine Uranus. A happy surprise. Kabing, what is it? What is that surprise? Just that whole thing. Just keep it as a one-off. This is a Lakshmi house, brings luck, brings wealth. Venus is you looking beautiful. If you publish a book, it's a hit. If you needed an agent, you got the top dog. There's something good in the publishing, learning, teaching, traveling, ninth house of God. And there's Venus saying, I bring it, let's bring it. Luck, surprise, good news. All right, sweet opportunity for travel internationally. Bing, right here. Getting the best grade in your university education that you ever imagined. Kidding, right there. So we see that exact around the 12th itself into the 13th. I do like this Mercury Venus good news also that keeps prevailing because they're moving pretty slow, and you'll see them staying in a hookup through the 13th and 14th. So the 11th to the 14th brings really good news up here. This can be a windfall, a feeling of pennies from heaven raining upon you. A super good luck energy for sure with Jupiter in his joy here. I mean, I don't know, some very famous, wealthy, successful person may come your way to be a real leg up in your life because him on Jupiter's sun is someone of great potency or power in a house of social groups. You've been invited to join the yacht club. I don't know, On August the 15th, Mercury and Jupiter become united, and this is also just simply said good news, good golden opportunity. And because Mercury in this conjunction is the ruler of your book publishing house, international travel, it could be good news for those themes, or prosperity or golden opportunity as well. And Mercury also rules your 12th house, so there could be indications of good luck and success and opportunities connected to distant lands, foreign shores, and far off lands and people as well. We see that in two different ways. All right. This is also a very exciting time to do something with it. You can launch something into groups of influence or the sphere of the public, like promotions, book releases, launches, things like that can be used here very auspiciously around August the 15th, a day before and after. I can talk. No, I don't have dental work. That was a bad microphone setup with Riverside, but I've been talking all day, so I'm losing my voice and stuff. All right, let's talk about Mercury, Mars. Okay, they're busy. They're doing stuff. So we have Mars here, and he's going to be in your 10th house. This is not great for your work because Mars is emotional and he's in a condition of fall and he's in the house of your job and career and work related activity. He's going to stay here. He does it every 2 years. Don't be afraid. August the 11th to September the 28th. This is where you can be overdrive, working hard, passion and ambition in your career, and you're emotionally distraught because it's too much. It's emotionally unsatisfying. You might be too hot under the collar. You might be afraid and impatient with the work that you're doing. And so this is a warning call to you to take a look at that and ask yourself what you can do to moderate that intensity, because it will be there. Sometimes every 2 years when Mars is up here for you guys, you have a lot of colleague, coworker, boss conflict, or sometimes you want to quit your job or your job wants to quit you and you're under that energy for a while. And maybe it's just departing your job. Some of you might say, hey, I'm going to take a break August the 9th to, August the 11th to September 28th. I'm just going to take a hiatus. I'm going to take time off. I'm going to cash in my vacation pay or something like that to give yourself space from this. Because Mars exalts your 4th house of home. You'd rather be there painting the walls, decorating, ideating, doing something in the home than building a retainer wall or something than he would be up here. So he's fallen from the place. He's departing, separated from the place of his greatest exaltation. He's fallen. So time at home instead, more time at home, time off work, slowing down your work is my advice. Now, and again, reminding you, August 11th to September 28th. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Everybody's loving up Jupiter, right? Everyone's loving up Jupiter. So we're going to keep going. Mars will square Neptune to help defog your illusions about something that are already coming into more clarity anyway. So Mars is up here in your career space, and he's squaring your audience, marketplace, clients, and customers. Long-term committed love stories, marriage. He's squaring that. And therefore there's up here, weddings and divorces, right? Announcements of our social standing. Now, this is going to be a bit of a sober reality check on something to do with committed long-term relationship, whether it's a business partner, your adherence to your clients and customers, or even your partner in marriage type vibe. And so there's tension. Like sometimes it could be tension between your grinding work and the need of your partner to pay attention to you. There is a fallen Saturn here, and we'll get to that at the end of the month. And there's Neptune, and they're both retrograde. So you might be going back over old ground in an existing business or love relationship. You may also have former love and business relationship partnerships return to you in the month of August. But it is around August 15th, 16th, and all of that when we get that grinding pebble in our shoe. And there really is a reality check going on for you, or something to do with career and the others in your life. You're coming into a mid-month reality check of some kind. All right. Let's go past that into the next narrative. Looks to me like what we see here is that Venus will make the love is hard and money is hard thesis and bring it for your entertainment. Venus is your goddess. She's strong. You're with her. She's with your Aries. She's with your Libra sun, moon, and rising. She's happily helping you. And then she's going to move opposite Saturn, the contracted old wise man or grumpy old lady. And their energies are very dissimilar. Venus is the maiden, and she loves pleasure and sensuality and life. And in Libra, she loves marriage. And here you are, opposite this Saturn. There's come problem in an existing relationship. Or a relationship that might even be new is now running into a kind of bumpy road. Something's going on for your significant other that you would say they're going through a period of trying to be sober-minded. You're watching them grow up quickly and try to be realistic, but they may have a constriction in their life of some kind of thing that's holding them back from being, completely open to you in this relationship, be completely available to you in this relationship. If you have a partner, if you don't, you could start a new love story under this with a person older or younger than you significantly, but it's got a bumpy start. And I wouldn't just jump into a new relationship for a first or second date under a Venus-Saturn opposition. While it can give you a marathon of love that goes a long time, it also can most certainly feel like it is excruciating and the marathon is painful. So you don't want to start a relationship under the sky, especially with a broad square to Mars. You want to let this roll for new relationship dating apps. Don't do it. Okay, wait. Wait until Venus is on the other side of Saturn, at the very least. Wait till she's about here for new dating, new relationships around the 24th. You're more in the clear, okay? You could find with Venus here, when I said everything is hard, that business partnership isn't going to work. Your clients and customers aren't right for you anymore. Everybody's just too gnarly. And you're doing fine. Like you got the upper hand. You got the say in whatever this tension is about. And Saturn, even though he's fallen, he does rule your house of romantic love and sexual love and home and nest and property. Maybe some constriction with a significant other regarding your actual romantic, affectionate, and sexual energies together. There may also be a difficulty regarding the domicile, the home, and who lives where and what's going on in the home with the one you're with. Okay? And we're seeing that tension finally cresting around August the 20th, and by the 24th, it's falling away. On August 27th, the day before the Pisces eclipse, the sun will conjunct Mercury. Now, Mercury, the messenger of the gods, is going to get a divine download from headquarters, which is the solar system's divine intelligence, the sun, on the 27th of the month. The first thing you might notice as this is occurring, this cazimi of the two planets, is that Mercury is in his home kingdom. And that's good. We like him here. This is, by the way, what you do alone. Your hobbies, your quiet time alone, your downtime, your meditation. We're going to be ashrams and getaways. It's also hospitals and jails. Mercury here can take you on a trip, a protector of travelers on the road. He's going to actually square Uranus at the same time. And there is therefore an unexpected opportunity for a journey abroad that you didn't see coming, or unexpected opportunities happening while you're traveling abroad. Because he's with the sun in Virgo and he's in his home kingdom, he's got a lot of command here. He's a part of a finger of God that we're going to cover in a separate video. It's too deep to cover here on my channel. So please consider the liking and subscribing. It's a mission from God, rare event for you, and it can have a huge impact on your reality if you understand how to use it. But I feel like you're going to go, okay, I got a divine download or a message from a dream, because Mercury is a dream messenger and the 9th house, 12th house can bring dream results. So a breakthrough insight through meditation, contemplation, or dreaming may come your way around the 26th and the 27th of the month. And this cazimi is at 4 degrees of Virgo. The day after this, we have the new eclipse, the last eclipse in the sign of Pisces for 18 and a half more years. And this is at 5 degrees of Pisces and will happen on the 28th of the month. And so this is a partial lunar eclipse. We had an eclipse here in September of 24, September of 25, and here we go again. The energy then is about what we must see along the 6th house, 12th house axis of our life. It can help show us our ways that we have to do differently in your work settings, your office, your work habits and routines. It can show you a new way regarding pets, including the desire for a pet. It can show you a new way for health protocols and better health. And it can also illuminate for you something to do with your karmic debt environments. Who are you in a relationship with in your life? Anybody that you feel there's a karmic debt owed to each other. And you might even be lighting up the idea of rental homes and property matters as well when it comes to like renting home. So think about September 24, think about September 25, think about now, think about changes of home that you might be renting. Did that happen? Think about pet situations, major changes. Think about debts, real debt owed and credit cards, and also illumination of karmic debts. And certainly always look to the health story, right, Libra? Look to your kidneys, look to your feet and the sky. These are things that over the last 2 years you may have noticed changes in health or improvements in health even. Okay, so this is finalizing the eclipses that began 2 years ago, but this eclipse also has a nodal component in the 5th house of entrepreneurship. And I think a lot of Libras are looking at entrepreneurship here. This is going to be a potential for a new path that opens up in the 6 months after this eclipse for being more self-directed, motivated, creative, artistic, and entrepreneurial. If you're not an entrepreneur now, you will be considering that within a month before that eclipse of August the 28th and up to 6 months later. And an entrepreneurial gig could be very successful because Jupiter is witnessing the entrepreneurial house and he was governing that eclipse. If you want to move into more artistic creativity, that's another good thing for you. And there could be a karmic debt relationship that wants to form itself as a romantic love story in the 6 months that follows this eclipse, and it could have already been gelling up to a month before. We leave that eclipse behind and we talk about the very last week of the month, little dregs of unexpressed stories. There's a surprise on that eclipse, as the sun will square Uranus exactly on the eclipse. So a day before and a day after, the 28th of the month, look for an unexpected surprise. I think it's going to take you into unexpected spiritual territory if that's your gig. If you're in a meditative, spiritual quest in life, if you're looking for God, truth, wisdom, and knowledge, if you're looking for enlightenment, there can be a blowout moment here on that eclipse. So meditate. Don't watch the eclipse. It's not good for you. Dream, journal, ask for divine support, and you could have some big breakthroughs as well. Jupiter will trine Saturn during the last half of the month. This will be felt as of August the 27th. A Jupiter trine to Saturn is working hard to get good results, fortunate results, lucky results, prosperous results. Look at those two hooking up, guys. Gotta love it. They're going to be there on up to the 30th. And they're still playing together. Oh, yeah, they're locking until the September 1st. They're locked and loaded. Begins to actually slow down by the time we get to Labor Day weekend. But it's kind of like the whole last 27th of August to early September. You seem to be having a huge amount of success in applying diligence, responsibility, duty to your clients, your marketplace, your customers, and your significant other. They're applied perseverance yields prosperity, abundance, and success. You know, this could be really good as well for your significant other and their life, and bringing them into more joy, pleasure, and success and good fortune in their own world as well. If you're with someone already, you know, you both get to partake of this enjoyment. This could open up fertility, right? Saturn rules your fifth house of making babies. Jupiter sperminating across the way, or fertilizing. He loves children. He's the god of children. So this is also where maybe there is a potential for conception. And maybe with Saturn, you've been trying to have a baby, or you wanted a baby, but it never happened. Or you've been trying to launch a business, entrepreneurial, and it never happened. And so use that energy of diligence, perseverance, for good hard work produces lucky results. All right, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and join me as well on my Sky Reader class. And you can do that over there. Go this way to the next segment where I talk about it in a little bit more depth, share the webpage with you, and discuss why I think it might be a good move for some of you to be your own astrologer, time your best life, and reach your own sky. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for liking, subscribing. Don't forget to do all of those hyping and good things as well. And I also read my comments the best I can. See you guys around. Every year I teach Sky Reader in the fall. It's always in September. It's usually 6 weeks long, and this time we're going for 7. We're taking it a little slower, giving you a very kind of leg up first week, which we take the pieces of the sky and teach you to read them in a very constructive and well-paced manner. This is my favorite class to teach. When I teach Sky Reader, I always feel so excited because you have learned to read your own sky. You now know what your chart is all about, and you know how to read the basic language of astrology for your friends, family, and your children, whoever you want to share it with. No, we're not professionally certifying you. At Lunatic Astrology, I'm your teacher, Lori Lothian. We're teaching you to fish so that when you listen to me on YouTube and you're getting all of that guidance, maybe you can also get your own. You know, we don't want to move against the sky. We want to move with the sky. We want to move in the area of our lives that brings us flow and ease, because the sky supports that. And by having a knowledge of what the sky is saying and relative to our own natal sky, we are able to operate at a new level. That level is about flow. It is about not arguing with what is happening and moving in the direction of what wants to happen. It is so darn simple. Life is full of ups and downs, but if you know that there's a swamp, 2 doors away, and if you walk that way, you're going to get stuck in quicksand, you can avoid that. If you go to the left instead of the right, there's a beautiful meadow with a lake. Why not take that path? The sky is always grabbing us. It's called the grahas, or the grabbers. The planetary planets, like where they're going in the sky, the transits, that moving heavens, the moving stars, the map of time is a map of where we should avoid getting stuck and where we may move forward with freedom. And the grabber part of planets is that they're almost like celestial teasers, right? They want to grab us and make us move in a direction. Sometimes it's not in our highest and best good. And I don't mean in a conscious, malefic way. I just mean you can take something like Neptune and make it all about transcendence and spiritual union and high creativity and imagination. And you could take it all the way down to drug addiction, and destitution maybe, and even things to do with mental challenges, health challenges. So you can operate at all levels of every planet. In Sky Reader, we show you your highest potential. Now, this is an introductory class. If you want to come to Sky Reader to be your own astrologer and time your best life, then you're coming because you are curious astrologically. You're not coming because you've already taken some heavyweight courses under your belt. You're coming because you've been listening to my channel or other astrologers, and you've always had a curiosity about learning, and you always want to learn to read the sky, which is the map of time. So I'm hoping some of you will come join me there, because I've graduated hundreds of students so far, and the feedback is wonderful. And I invite all of my students, former, to come back every year and play around and redoing the course for 75% off, because I think the more you do it, the more you deepen it. We have guest teachers every year. When you join Sky Reader, you get the archived vault. In other words, you can go back and watch other guest classes in astrocartography, the astrology of relocation, and things to do with zodiacal releasing and more. We have these guest teachers coming in this year, are so much fun. We have a guest teacher about the love codes, Donnie Lim of astrology, learning to read your Venus story. We have a guest teacher coming in about medical or wellness astrology. We have another one showing us about how to choose the perfect day to do something, day and time to like launch your website, get married. That's called electional astrology. We have what's your purpose, dharma kind of thing with another teacher. So what we're doing is we're giving you a lot of content. What you're doing is you're taking time to learn, but also to hold on to that content forever. It is evergreen. Once you have it, you never don't have it. If it's over your head at first, you won't be over your head when you take a second stab at it. Weekly Q&As, different time zones, so we can get people around the world in those Q&As. We alternate between evening and night every second week on Wednesday nights, and usually they're at 5:30 or 6 p.m. Pacific time. We also have the idea that the class itself is now happening at 9:30 a.m. in Pacific time on Saturday, starting on the 19th of September. So that's wonderful. We have a Facebook group and a Discord group that we have moderators running where you can meet other people who are learning astrology, share your notes, and get to meet some new astrologically curious friends. Who knows, you might meet your soulmate there. And we're also taking you through a journey that is sequential, from learning to read the sky to being able to use two very profound timing tools to help you understand your reality and begin to move forward with ease and grace. The feedback from Sky Reader year after year has been phenomenal, and every time I teach it, I learn to make it more simple, more well-paced, and more easy for you to grasp. So I'm in 7 years of doing this. I think I'm getting it down finally to a fine art thanks to you guys. I'm going to show you the website just so you see what it looks like. I'm now moving most of my content to laurilothian.com. It used to be somewhere else at Padaya. If you're there already, nothing is taken away from you. At this point, though, I'll show you the new website so you can take a gander at what the sky looks like over there, what my site looks like. And I hope to see some of you in class. I always say this, and I'm not making this up. You might probably think, oh, that's a sales pitch. Oh, I might not teach this next year. That's not true. I always wonder if I'm just going to retire and start to write books. And my agent wants me to write a book. And so I have a lot on my plate to get done in this life. Legacy is to leave a book behind. So for me, when I say I may not teach this next year, Lori may not teach this next year. Okay. All right. So this is the website, laurilothian.com. If you go /sky-reader, you'll be at the introduction to the course and the enrollment page. We're on a discount code right now until the end of July. Well, it's not a code, it's just a discount. There's 40% off the full price. And then in August, depending on when you hear this, there'll be another lower price, not as discounted as July's early enrollment price, but by September, it will go to full price. So make sure that you get in this class with a discount if that's something you're looking for. So you can see this beautiful website was created by my team. I think it's gorgeous. Learn to read your sky. And then there's a preview of what we have going on. So when you get into the course backdrop and you're there, you're going to have like stuff already waiting for you, a little tutorial on how to cast your chart and whole sign houses, free minis of the 12 houses PDF. And I have what I call your Astro Toolkit. And I'm always adding more stuff to that toolkit. You don't need a professional software. You can use Astrocom, astro-seek.com, time passages. These are free softwares. This is not requiring you to purchase professional software in order to learn in my course. And you'll see that we have the toolkit here. These are elements that go in, how to cast your chart and whole sign houses. These are already in the back end of the program. Your cheat sheet pack, 12 signs, 12 houses guide. This is just learning tools. This is all going to help you learn. For most classes, I'll be putting together a handbook to help guide you through each class, which is new this year, kind of a prompts, a questions, things to fill out so that you can use it as a kind of self-study tool, just print it out on a PDF on a computer. I'll aim to keep it black and white, of course, so you don't have to worry about color. And then we see that the Astrology 101 is we set you up really slowly. I call it the slow start, where we're really going to build the basic building blocks together so that when you come off of week one, you are like someone who went to kindergarten to learn the alphabet. You're going to have the basics in your toolkit in your understanding already. And then we talk about the various parts of the sky, you know, the big four, the 12 houses, dignity matters. Planets have dignity. You want to understand that. Otherwise, there's nothing you're going to understand without that. Dignity matters. We're also using whole sign houses, and this is ancient Hellenistic astrology. The focus will not be on the outer planets because we can't use them as time lords. And so it's not that there's anything wrong with the outer planets, but they're not good for timing your best life. Unless you want to live 248 years, says Pluto, 164 years, says Neptune, or 84 years, says Uranus. They're not the most timely tools, right? Solar returns is one of the things we do, and we learn about the perfection ages. Now, you may think I know all about my solar return and my perfection age. I don't think you do. I embed in some advanced tools there for you that you won't probably find anywhere else after like 8 years and thousands of clients, nonstop teaching and seeing real clients in the trenches. I have figured a few things out, and I always like to share what I figured out with you guys so that you can also use those tools the way I do. There's always bonus content here. And so you get from me, not to use until you've taken Sky Reader, the birthday chart advanced course as your solar return, the annual perfections advanced course, and how to find people in your chart. Where's my mom? Where's my kids? Where's my husband? Where's my siblings? How to find the planets that represent those people in your chart. That is also a part of a course that I've taught that I give you as a part of your bonus toolkit. Okay, so I hope you guys will go over. I hope you'll have fun if you come to study with me. I would love to see you there. When I talk about teaching, without a doubt, it is my favorite thing to do. It gives me a joy, actually. I remember years ago, I went to see a psychic reader in Coquitlam, Canada. That's outside of Vancouver. She looked at me as I walked in the room. This is like 15 years ago. And she said, "Teacher, teacher, teacher, you are a teacher." At the time, I was a magazine editor and a writer, and I had no idea what she was talking about. And look at her today. She was right 15 years later. That is my passion. That is what I do. Hope you'll join me. I'll see you guys in Sky Reader, and let's have some fun learning together. Everyone have a very good, wherever you are, day, month, or year.
Lunatic astrology.